All right. Well, hello, Moviesy tribe. Excuse me. Oh, welcome to Moviesy with Yoga with Kathy. Moviesy Yoga with Kathy, if I get it right. Today is October 29th, 2024, or whatever day you're watching this video. So for today's focus, we're going to do arms and shoulders, this upper part of our back. And as far as props go, your trusty chair, couch, box, or whatever you put your legs on. And when you're lying on your side, a block or a folded blanket or a pillow to support your head. We'll be doing some side lying moves. But other than that, it's just moving our bodies. So let's go ahead and get started in the usual manner. Legs on a chair, a box, a poofy, whatever works for you. So I'm going to review just really quickly. You want to make sure that it's at the right height so your lower legs are parallel to the ground. If you have short legs like I do, you want to make sure the seat's low enough. You would probably need some support for your head. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your arms are wherever they're most comfortable, whatever works for you. We're going to be here for 7 minutes. So just relax into the pose, breathe normally, try to just be. We're putting our lower back in traction. So there's a little bit of natural curve there. But as we were talking earlier, and Diana was saying, if you have back issues, if your lower back hurts, your back hurts in general, this is a good pose it's a restorative pose to relax in. So, and I use it myself when my lower back hurts. So, like I said, we will be here for 7 minutes. Okay, time is up. Stay where you are. Now, if you choose, you can press or roll your tongue to the roof of your mouth. That tightens your chin. We're going to rotate our head from right to left slowly about 6 times. Cervical rotation, waking up our neck. Just move very slowly. Gives the brain time to register what the body is doing. Okay, finish up. Now, the next thing we're doing is vagus nerve reset. We're all familiar with this, but I'll just review real quickly. The vagus nerve runs down, part of it runs down both sides of your skull. We're going to try to activate it with the optic nerve. It's like resetting a computer. It'll reset our nervous system. So we start with our head facing forward. The head stays stationary. Just the eyes move. So you start by moving just your eyes to the right and wait for some kind of reaction, a yawn, a sigh, a gulp, a swallow, or just a feeling of release. If you're not used to doing this or you're new at it, it may take a while. But we've been doing it for a while, so it comes easily. Yeah, and even if it doesn't come, just give it a minute. And then eyes back to center. Now, while you're doing this, you can press with the fingers of the opposite hand, the side that you are looking, your thumbnail. If you choose, you can do that at the same time. That supposedly also resets the vagus nerve. I've never found it to be so, but you can do both. And then we move to the left. And again, with just the eyes, the head is still forward, just the eyes to the left. And that means you'd be pressing your left thumbnail. And wait for that reaction, sigh, swallow, gulp, yawn, feeling of release. Now, at your own pace, go ahead and do it twice on each side, your own way, whether you do the thumb or not, it's up to you. And I'll give you a couple of minutes. Okay, finish up. Now, Via talked about this last time. We're not doing the head ramping anymore, at least for the moment. She's doing some research on that. So we're skipping that part. We're going to go straight to a breathing exercise. So we're going to do square breathing today. Square breathing is very simple breathing. Now, the reason we do this is, again, to relax our nervous system, get us ready for movement. So square breathing is you inhale for the count of 4, you hold for the count of 4, you exhale for the count of 4, and you hold for the count of 4. So we're going to do this 3 times in a row. So here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Then inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Okay, relax, breathe normally. The controlled breathing, like I said, is meant to relax your body. When I have trouble sleeping at night, I'll try some breathing exercises, and they usually work. Okay. The next thing we're doing is vacuum. So you can leave your legs on your chair or couch if you choose, or you can move away from your chair or couch, or move your chair away from you. It's up to you. Oops, hold on. Still moving the chair. Now, whatever shape you take is, again, it's up to you. I have tried different shapes, and I have found that center pose, knees bent, feet flat, hip width apart, work for me. But if you want your legs extended, you can do that. If you want to sit in bound ankle, you can do that. It's whatever works for you. We're working on our pelvic floor. What we're going to do is take a normal inhale through our nose and then exhale everything out of our lungs, empty our lungs. At the same time, we're going to flatten our back against the floor, which tilts our pelvis back, pressing our belly button down, holding our air out for the count of 10, and then releasing. What this does is it creates a vacuum in the pelvic floor and it helps tighten it up. So here we go. And we'll do that 3 times. So here we go. Now, when you inhale, you can inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose and mouth if you choose. So inhale, exhale everything out of your lungs, empty your lungs, press your belly button down, flatten your back, hold your breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. If you have any kind of, my experiences as I've gotten older, I've had just a little bit of incontinence, leaks every now and then when I cough or I sneeze or I move suddenly or I stand up or I walk. So this really helps that. So it's a good thing to do maybe several times during the day. Okay, second one, normal inhale. Exhale everything out of your lungs. Empty your lungs. Flatten your back. Create your vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Give yourself a minute to get your breath back. Now, one last time. Normal inhale. Exhale, empty your lungs. Flatten your back. Press your belly button down. Hold your air out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Okay, good job. I find that that actually does help me if I remember to do it. Okay, for this next movement, I'm choosing to take my head support away, but you can do whatever works for you. I just find we're going to do scapula protraction, retraction. I just find it's easier for me with no support. Some people aren't comfortable that way. So basically, what we're going to do is arms are up, fingertips towards the ceiling, palms facing each other. Now, we're going to start with our shoulders relaxed against the floor, and then we raise our arms up, fingertips go towards the ceiling, and notice the shoulders come up, and then the shoulders come down. This is a protraction. This is a retraction. So we're going to do this about 5 or 6 times. So up and down, and up and down. And just your shoulders are moving. The arms come along for the ride because they're attached, but just your shoulders are moving. You feel your scapula spread apart when your shoulders are up, and you feel them come together when your shoulders rest back down on the floor. So up and down, and up and down. Good job. All right. Oh, the second thing we're doing, the second thing we're doing is arm circles. Now we're going to do one arm at a time. And since we're lying down, we have a lot of movement here. Now the arms, the shoulders, are a ball and socket joint. So what we're going to do is we're going to be moving that ball around in that socket. That's really good for the shoulder. So you can start in any direction you choose. I'm going clockwise. We are going to switch direction, but we're going to pretend, I've heard this in class, that you have a golden lasso and you are lassoing the stars. So you're going around in a circle slowly with your arm. Now your shoulder's going to come up, but then it comes back down again when you come around. So you can make this circle as big or as small as works for you. If you have shoulder issues, you may want to make it smaller. But the bigger you make it, the more lubrication you're adding to your shoulder joint. So we're rolling that ball around in that socket as we do this. And that basically oils, in a sense, our joints. There's synovial fluid that gets activated and goes right to the joint when you move it like this. Reminds me of the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz and the oil they would put in his knees and his arms. That's what we're doing. We're using our tin can. Now go ahead and switch direction. Again, we're moving slowly. Only the arm is moving. I'm already feeling it right up here. And we're just making that circle as big as we can without pain. If it hurts, make the circle smaller, go slower, or you can even have just your elbow moving if you choose. One more circle, then we'll go to the other arm. All right. I could feel that moving around in there. Okay, good job. Shake out that arm. Now we're going to do the left arm. Again, we're moving slowly and just lassoing the stars or the sky. Only the arm is moving. And if you'll notice, your arm goes around as you move it in a circle. The palm is up when it's above your head, and as it comes around, it tends to revolve down. Now, this is the last one, then we'll change direction. So there we go. Change direction. Go the other way. Oh, yes. This is really good for the shoulder. Okay, two more. And then I think that's going to be enough for this. One and two. All right. Good job. Shake that arm out. Okay. Shoulders are warmed up. Okay, now we're going to use both our arms and we're going to pretend like we're swimming. So we're going to start with, and this is going to sound weird, but we're going to start with, even though we're on our backs, we're going to start with the breaststroke. So you're going up with one arm and then the other arm. You're crossing over. Now I know I don't swim this way, but we're pretending that we do. So some people call this like a hand, like your hands are bike pedals, and you're rocking slightly from side to side, pressing one hand up and then the other. And let's go ahead, and now that we've done the front stroke, we'll do the back stroke. So we're just going the other way with our hands. Front to back. For me, this just feels so awkward, but we want to keep all our movements as even as possible. So pressing forward and coming back, pressing forward and coming back. And believe it or not, this motion actually helps the back of your arm. That's a problem spot for me. And I can feel that when I move my arm this way, this is working. And one more. Okay. Whoa, shake both arms out. Wow, that was a lot. All righty. What have I got next? Okay, come on up to sitting, whichever way works for you. We're going to do our regular stretches that we do just to warm up the rest of our body. So we're going to start with, let me get my timer, the side bend. So hand along the mat. Other arm comes up and over. You want to keep both sits bones on the floor and try to aim your elbow towards the ceiling if you can. It won't go directly up there, but do your best. Now that you've done that, take that upper arm and lower it till your elbow's right across from your face. You'll feel a different stretch. And there we go. Arm up, torso up, other side, hand along the mat. You may find that you're able to stretch further on one side than the other. That's the way we're built. We are asymmetrical beings. I can always stretch further on my left. Now take that upper arm and lower it till your elbow is directly across from your face. Your arm is level to the floor. Feel that different stretch. We're stretching our lats now. Oh, yeah. There we go. Arm up, torso up. Okay. All righty. Now we're going to do the thoracic back rotation. This is for the upper back, for the bra strap going up. A lot of people hold a lot of tension there. So I always like putting that in every class. So basically, hand on opposite knee, whether you start on right or left is up to you. Your other arm, however, is behind you on your fingertips. This is your support. And then you rotate your shoulders to the short end of the mat. Make sure your back is straight and your chin is level to the floor. Now, while you're here, you've got options. You can move your head from right to left, cervical rotation. You can move your rib cage from right to left. I prefer the head movement if I'm moving at all. Actually, I just like to feel this stretch. I can feel it in my upper back. The stretches are so good for relaxation. There we go. From forward, we'll do the other side. Hand on knee. Other hand is behind you. You're on your fingertips. This is your support. Make sure your back is straight. Rotate your shoulders to the short end of the mat. And here we are. Remember your options. Yeah, last night I could not get to sleep. I had restless leg syndrome or something. So at 2 o'clock, I finally got up. I came out to this room. Actually, I didn't turn on any lights, but I did some stretches. And that really helped. I went back to bed and I was able to fall right back asleep. And here we are. All right. Okay, good job. Now for the third in this triplet, you want to take, it's a shoulder movement. So you want to take your hands and put them behind you. You can go like this. You can put them on your hips if you want. You can put them in your back pocket. But your hands have to be behind you. And what we're going to do is we're going to rotate our elbows forward and back and forward and back. This works our shoulders, our arms, and we're moving slowly. You know, we're not fluttering. We're moving slowly like a butterfly just out of the cocoon. And just go back as far as is comfortable. And you feel that first pull, come forward again. It's not a large movement, but it's very effective. So very slowly. And there you go. All right. Shake out your shoulders a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to do some sideline moves. So whatever you have to support your head, make sure that it supports the head and you're not leaning. For example, you don't want your head to be down like this or up like this. You want it to be even. So we're going to be doing both sides here. This is part of the side laying series, but just the shoulder part of the shoulder part. So we are lying on our side, shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked, knees are stacked, ankles are stacked. And our head is level with the floor. So we're going to extend our arm directly across from our shoulder, palm facing down. This is the scapula protraction, retraction. So we did this when we were on our backs, but this time we're doing it one arm at a time. The shoulder comes forward. The only thing that moves is the shoulder. The shoulder comes back. Protraction, the shoulder comes forward. Retraction, the shoulder comes back. It's the only thing that's moving is your arm going forward and back and forward and back. With that work we did earlier, I can really feel this in my shoulder. Forward and back and forward and back. And that's enough of that. Whoa. Okay. What do I have next? Oh, the shoulder rotation. Okay, so our arm is up to the ceiling, fingertips to the ceiling. We're gonna make a loose fist because in my case, if I'm trying to rotate my shoulder and my palm is open, my wrist does it. So I want to rotate from the shoulder. So I make a loose fist so I'm not twisting my wrist. And then shoulder forward, shoulder back. I have my hand up here so I can feel the rotation. Protraction, retraction. Protraction, retraction. So just feel that shoulder moving forward and then moving back. Now, how often do we actually do this movement? Not that often. And two more. Do forward and back and forward and back. Okay, good job. Rest your hand on your hip for just a minute. And now we're going to do, Via calls this a half technical snow angel, which is a fancy name. I haven't thought of a quicker name for it. But basically, your arm is straight, your palm is facing forward. I'm going to scoot up just a little there. Okay, so your arm is straight, your palm is facing forward. You're going to rotate your palm so it faces the ceiling. Come up with a straight arm all the way forward above your head. Now your palm is facing the floor. You're going to rotate it so it's facing forward, and you're going to come all the way back. Again, only the arm is moving. So here we go. Palm faces forward, comes up and around up by your head. Palm faces the floor. Rotate your arm so it faces forward and come all the way back, moving slowly. Palm faces ceiling, up and over. Palm faces forward, bring it back. Okay, one more. We're really working our arms today. Whoa. Up and over. Palm forward, bring it back. All right. Wow. Okay. So we're going to move to the other side. You can just roll over if you want. I'm going to shift so you can see me. And again, if you're moving, repositioning, you want to make sure that your alignment is correct. Shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked, knees, ankles, head is level. All righty. We're going to start with the scapula protraction retraction again. So your arm is level to the floor. Your shoulder comes forward, shoulder comes back. Shoulder comes forward. It's the only thing moving. Shoulder comes back. Your arm is straight. And just scapula protraction, scapula retraction. Protraction, retraction. Two more. Protraction, retraction. Last one. Forward and back. Good job. Rest your hand on your hip. We're going to do the shoulder rotation. So your hand is up towards the sky, finger is towards the ceiling, arm is as straight as is comfortable. I like putting my other hand on top of my shoulder so I can feel the rotation. You don't have to do that, but I do suggest making a loose fist so your focus is on the shoulder and not the wrist. And then roll forward with the shoulder and back and forward, excuse me, and back and forward and back and forward and back, forward, back, and okay. And now this is the last one. Forward and back. Okay, good job. Rest your hand on your hip or your arm on your hip. And now we're going to do the half technical snow angel. I got to think of a better name for that. Okay. All right. So here we go. Your arm is at your hip. Your arm is extended. Your palm is facing the ceiling. And up and over we go with as straight an arm as you can. Now your palm is facing the floor. Your arm is extended above your head. Palm rotates forward and back it comes. Back to your hip. Okay. Now palm faces the ceiling and up and over. Once it's above your head, palm faces forward, and we come on back. Again, we're moving slowly because form is the most important thing here. Not how many you do, but how you do it. Down, palm forward, come on back. And everybody's different. If you want to go slower than I do, that's fine. I don't recommend going any faster because slow is what gives us the strength as well as the flexibility. Okay, now one more onto the ceiling, up and over, palm forward. Okay, rest your hand on your hip. I feel like we've just worked our shoulders. We have to stand up now, though. We've got to stand up at some point. Okay, so go ahead and stand. We're going to be standing at a wall. So I'm going to do some production work here real quick. Okay. So what we're going to do is the clock at the wall. So I am standing with my left side to the wall, a few feet away. You don't really need to lean on the wall at this point, but it's just more illustrative. What we're going to do is our arm is the hands of the clock. We're going to go all the way around, all the hours of the clock as we're standing here. So we're going to start at 3 o'clock and we're going to go to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. You'll find your arm is rotating. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. There we go. Now the other side. Now in this case, we're starting at 9 o'clock and we're going to go to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Notice your arm is rotating. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. There we go. Just that movement is a very good one, going slowly. Oh, okay. Now this next one is kind of new, but it is a standing pose. So, and you don't have to do the lower part if you don't want to, but feet apart, knees bent, goddess pose. Now, if you're uncomfortable doing this, that's fine. You don't have to. You can just stand with your feet apart. So that part's up to you. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be moving our shoulder this way and then moving the shoulder this way. So we're putting our back into it as well. So here we go. So move one way. Notice my arm is straight and I'm leaning to my left. You're right. My hands are on my thighs. and then back to center. And then my arm is straight. My head is facing down. If you're doing this with straight legs, that's fine. You can still do it. But with bent legs, you're getting more of a shoulder roll in there. And then lean to one side. Your shoulder is forward, the other shoulder is back. The shoulder is forward, the other shoulder is back. I'm feeling this in my back as well as my lower back. Just be aware of where you're feeling it. You can do this sitting on a chair. Some people find it more effective sitting on a chair. Let me demonstrate that real quick. You're sitting on a chair, your legs are apart, and you're just leaning and leaning and leaning. So that's just an example, and that's just something new I learned. Okay, so the third thing we're doing is the back bend of the wall. This not only, excuse me, stretches your upper back, also your shoulders. So we're standing with our back to the wall, maybe 3 or 4 inches away in good posture. So feet even with each other, even weight on both feet, hips above ankles, shoulders above hips, arms at our side. Then we come up with our arms. Preferably your elbows are as close to your head as possible. If you have shoulder issues, they may come out, but you want them as close to your head as possible. And you want to put your fingertips on the wall. Now, your chest is going to be extended, your hips are back. We're going to hold this for 40 seconds. So here we go. Arms up, fingertips on the wall, elbows as close to your head as possible. Chest expanded, hips back, feet pointed forward. You're stretching your upper back and the backs of your arms. This part here again, stretching those. And your shoulders. So we're doing a lot of upper body work today. Whew. And we are holding this for 40 seconds. And there we go. Come on down. All right. Okay, so back to the mat. Gotta get the angle right. I don't have a whole lot of room here. So we're going to be in a prone position, which is face down. So if you need support or you need padding under your hips, and I know a lot of women who do, again, you can put a blanket or a towel under the lower part. So when you come down, it's not quite as hard. That's up to you. You can have something. We're going to have our faces down, so you can have something under your forehead. Keep your nose from being squashed. Again, that's up to you. What we're going to do is, we haven't done this in a while, we're going to do a back extension. So we are face down on the mat, hands at our sides, and we're going to be coming up with our arms, our shoulders, and our hands, palms towards the ceiling, and you're looking down at the floor. You're not looking ahead. You're looking down. We're going to hold this position and then come down. So ready? If you can't hold it for 40 seconds, that's fine. Come on down and then come back up. So here we go. Okay, take an inhale to prepare and exhale. Come on up. Now again, you are looking at the floor. Your nose is pointed towards the floor. Your shoulders are up. Your hands are up. Your palms are pointed towards the ceiling. Go ahead and breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Now, take an inhale, a deep inhale, and come on down. Good job. Now we're going to do this again, but we're going to extend our arms when we're up here. We're going to extend them in an airplane and then come on down. So here we go. Hold on, I'm finding my timer. Okay, so take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, come up like before. Take another inhale and extend your arms to the side, palms facing the floor. Head and nose are still pointed towards the floor. Try to hold this position. If your lower back hurts, come down lower. If it doesn't, you can come up a little higher. Now take another inhale and bring it all back down as you exhale. Oh man, okay. Wow, it's a lot of shoulder work. So that's it for today. Go ahead and get ready for Yoga Nidra, 61-point guided meditation. So find a comfortable position. You might want to roll up in a blanket or cover your eyes. You can be sitting, you can be lying down, whatever position is comfortable for you. I'm going to lead you through a 61-point guided Yoga Nidra meditation meant to work on your nervous system, balance your energies, increase your mental harmony. Allow your awareness to flow to the points that I mentioned without moving any part of your body. Begin with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, spiritual heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided yoga nidra meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your legs out if they're bent. Stretch your arms above your head. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles, first one way and then the other. Now take your right knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for your support. Straighten that leg out. Take your left knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee. I appreciate you. Straighten that leg out. Now bring both knees up and slowly rock back and forth, feeling that massage on your lower back, your back organs. Feels so good. Do it slowly. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll to one side using your lower arm as support for your head. We're going to take our gratitude minute right now. We're just going to take a minute and be grateful for what we have. That's the key to happiness. Not getting what you want, but being grateful for what you have. So pat yourself on the back. You showed up for yourself today. Your body thanks you. Your cells thank you. I thank you. You should thank yourself. Now, if you want, come on up to a sitting position. I'm going to remove my spotlight. You might want to unmute yourself. It's up to you. Hands at your heart. Again, I want to thank you for joining me today. It's always a pleasure to move with the tribe. So I hope you go forth and have a joyful, restful, healthy day. And we'll end the class by saying namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
All right. Thank you. Let me end the recording.
Great.